Let's get this to work first. Hopefully you guys can actually hear me. Oh, let's not show everybody that. But what's up guys, Pipe Up 101 here. Today I'm going to be showing you a little bit of my process after I do this actually. Okay, perfect. What's up guys, Pipe Up 101 here. Today I'm going to be showing you a little bit of my process on how I update mods. Because I don't do it necessarily like everybody else, but should have done this before. Okay, that's good enough. We're done with that. So what I'm going to be showing you is how I update the Captain America shield and just my process behind it. Because it's not always the cleanest, but you know, if it works, it works. So what I did was, since I don't have the files anymore, because I delete them so it saves space on my computer, I download it from my own files, from my own mod itself. After doing that, I made sure to drag it in. Real easy. I always make sure to delete all of the files because I figure, you know, they don't really... That's okay, Zach. I appreciate it. You can hear me though, right? Just making sure, because I was having a couple problems with my mic last time. I just want to make sure that it's working. But really, all I do is I make sure to pull it up in Unity. And then I get to work on what I want to add to it. So for example, there's no fly ref. Well, we want to change that, don't we? Let's add in the whoosh point to the center of the object, which is exactly what we want. And let's just take a look to admire these amazing colliders, because they are indeed beautiful. Okay, perfect. I'm glad you guys can hear them. So we have our handles, we have everything set up properly, like it should be. Now the only one thing that I want to show you guys is, let's create an empty, name it fly ref. Now of course, one thing to make it a little bit easier to use the shield is when throwing it at enemies, you want it to auto target them. So what we're going to do is put on a fly ref. After we put that on, it will work a whole lot better. So I'll show you that right now. Here we go. Let's open up the addressable group. Let's create a new one. Let's just name something simple like Cap Shield. What's up, Pi? Hey, Joshua. I'm not entirely sure where the folder is, so let's type that in. Okay. Now, one thing I was thinking about adding, which would be cool to the Captain America shield, was after a certain number of hits, for it to turn into this model. So it actually breaks. And then it looks like the broken Captain America shield from Endgame, from Avengers Endgame. Hopefully that's not spoiling anything for anybody because the movie's been out for a while, but I think this would be something cool to add at some point. But for now, I do not plan on it. I just know that after working with the Samehada script from Trials of the Shinobi, it can be done. Okay. Let's make sure to check that. What we want to do is drag it in. Let me delete this because all of those colliders is causing my Unity to lag a little bit. I don't know if you guys could tell, but let's go in here, check what they're named. Copy and paste it, make life a little bit easier. Press enter. Bada bing, bada boom. Dot icon. Perfect. Now if we go to it, take a look at it. One thing I want to make sure of is that icon is lowercase, and in this JSON right here, it is also lowercase. It's exactly what we want. Now this is now 9.2. Now, in order for a mod to work with Vortex, I figure I should show you guys this. All you need to do is make sure the game version is the same as the current one, so 9.2. And your name right here is the exact same name as your folder. Okay. The folder, which is also right here. Something important that you need to know. Last thing I'm going to do is change it from crystal staff to blade sword because I noticed it messes with the colliders. If you do not have the proper imbue groups on, so if you have a crystal staff on this, the colliders will not make noise. At least that's what I noticed. But let us take all of these right here. We're gonna go to our custom script, set everything to blade because that's what it's supposed to be set to now. That should have reset everything to blade. Just in case, let me do that manually. Turn on gizmos to take a look. Yeah, guys, that's pretty good. Okay, handles really do not matter all that much, so we're gonna leave that. But here we are. That's our shield. And one last thing just to make sure of, if we go to our inspector, we do have the fly ref on. Exactly what we want. So what we do is we can build it and export it. And you guys don't need to see what I'm getting messaged about. So we have that, and we have our Mjolnir script. Scripts, plural. So what we can do is, since our pi return is a little bit different now, we copy and paste the new module, and we use our auto target script too. That is the point of adding in the fly ref. So fly ref from throw. That's all set up properly. Just make sure it's set to true 3145. Check if there are any questions. Yes, Stephanie. Maybe the broken part too. Not sure about that just yet, but eventually. So we have our shields. Everything is labeled properly. Also, for you guys, notice you can actually change the strength of the scripts. So you can have it automatically target an enemy's head quicker and return to your hand quicker too. So for instance, let's set this to 20. Keep it the same speed both times. And there we go. So go back to Captain America Shield. This is what we have here. And I believe we're finished with it. And and it should work just as before. So what we do now, go to Manage, go to Files, upload new version. Captain America Shield U9.2. Let's duplicate this. Take a look real quick. We are currently on what version? It says 1.0. So if we go to the documentation, we are going to be setting it to 1.2. So now it works with the new return script. So we save it, changed it to 1.2. So we change our current version to 1.2 as well. And this right here, 1.2. Can remove the previous one. What I'm going to do, what I have started doing on all of my mods, is writing down exactly what it requires. So I think it's Dagger of Ra. There we go. And our item activation. I've been getting asked to update this for quite a while now, so I figured I might as well do it on stream for you guys. Also, if you guys did not know, I just released a mod, which I think you should definitely check out. Let me show you real quick. Our Hammond spell, however you say it. Basically, what you do, it allows you to punch right through enemies, which is super cool. It's from this anime called JoJo. I've never actually seen that, but I've heard that it's good, so I figure why not make this mod. It's fairly easy. I just changed a bit of the Chidori script, but nonetheless it works. So what I do now is I add Trials of the Shinobi and Atomic Disintegration. Add those in, and I always do it by when the mod was made. I don't know if you guys know this, but this is the number. This number right here in the URL is the number mod that has been made for Blade and Sorcery. So for example, Captain America Shield was the 3004th mod to be made for Blade and Sorcery. I just think that's a cool tidbit of knowledge. But all we gotta do, drag it on zip, and let's make sure of one thing first. So this is for the return, and Magic Dagger of Ra for the homing, just so that it shows up for everybody's requirements. And that should be it. So because of what we did with the mod details and the documentation, it will now show that what we wrote in the documentation in our in our Nexus mods right here. So with that, all we're gonna do is remove the latest version and save it. And that's how you update your mod. At least that's how I do it. Not too difficult of a process, but there you go. Those are the requirements. And if somebody tries to download it, those are the two requirements that they need. And it shows up right there. Really easy. Now, one thing I do want to show you guys, for those of you that are watching, a couple of new things that I'm going to be adding to Trials of the Shinobi. So, we have our Sixth Path's sword right here. One thing I'm going to have it do is turn into the Sixth Path staff. Both of these will be able to turn into, or at least animate from the Truth-Seeking Orb. So I have to finish writing the script with Genix for that, but it's actually very cool to do. Samehara, the new one, is already done. We are adding in a couple of spells, like the Shadow Clone Jutsu and Kamui. They're both done as of right now. They can just be made even better with a couple of the scripts. So, but that's really it, guys. So for now, I'm going to say thank you for watching. If you haven't already, you can subscribe to the channel. It helps me a ton and I greatly appreciate it. If you'd like to support the channel and myself, there's a link to my Patreon and my merch store, which just came out, in the description. With that, thanks for watching, guys.